So my vision is probably similar to a lot of other people's, and that is that we build on the strengths that we have already. And what I wanted to sort of offer in the way of comment was perhaps more that sort of models that already exist and what we could examine further. So I'm interested as to the sector seeming reluctance to really unpack the Aboriginal health model. That health model to me is a wraparound model, client model, which incorporates mental health and AOD. I know there's issues within the model, but as a model itself, I'm surprised we're not working together a little further to look at that. It would include that mental health and AOD single sort of housing approach to it, and solves the holistic needs of our clients as well. So that's one of my interests and one of my curiosities. The outcome star as a way of ensuring standardised intake and measurement processes. I think the outcome star would be open to the sector actually asking them to design a star which was suitable for us. And it allows for some very simple data to be collected on an extremely regular basis. It's not terribly expensive for each organisation to run and could be shared across all organisations. It would give us some regional data, it would give us some individual service data, it would maybe even give us some of those questions about, when you solve somebody's housing, does the AOD issue become improved? So for me, the outcome star, I'm curious. I know some of the organisations in the sector have adopted it. So again, it would be really good to see that unpacked a little bit further as a standardised approach, and saves us just becoming wholly medical modelled and just using the screening tools around the drug itself, which I think I'm hearing in the room is something that we don't all agree is the best approach. We're talking about holistic approaches to clients all the time.
What about some of those bigger peers that we've been talking about, the whole Portugal model and that kind of revamping of the
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on that?
So I'm going to start from sort of another end there and talk about community and our importance as a sector to influence community. And I'm not just talking about consumers, I'm talking about the wider community. The community is sold by the media the need for treatment. AOD equates to treatment time and time again. And what I think we as a sector need to do is to really influence, educate and inform the wider sector as to prevention and their role in prevention, and how prevention and early intervention is everyone's business. And the PPEI plan did exist. There has been issues with the sector implementation plan, but the actual strategy is still an amazing strategy, and I would like to see how we're going to incorporate that in this new service model. I think it would be a big mistake to leave it over on the side as a separate activity. I would like to see it incorporated. So in terms then of how we look at recreational drug use and whether that's legalised and regulated, decriminalised, whichever model we're going to go with that, I actually think that is our vehicle and our opportunity to actually reach into community and have those discussions. And if we actually actively, and more than just Den who does do this in community, but if the whole sector goes into community and has those conversations with community in an informing way, then that is our power for policy change. It won't just be the sector driving policy change, it will actually be the people outside of the sector who have the votes and the power to influence. And at the moment they're voting for treatment because that's what they understand is the best need for an AOD client. But is it the only thing we can do? And therefore I think that's something I'd like to see the sector really embrace in this new model and have articulated in this new service model.